I actually watched a few of our James Gunn casts earlier today, just because I was curious about what had said at that time, and I do actually.
You were all
stand...
for the firing.
Well, no.
Weren't you? I thought you were pretty with
No,
tweets.
my main theory at the time.
Bad,
the tweets were bad. My main theory at the time, which I'm glad that I was kind of all for, was that I think their plan was to fire him, let him be, and then let everything simmer down. And it's even why James Gunn kind of came forward at the time. It was like, it's fine, just everyone just simmer down, calm down. Dave Bautista was triggered. But,
Big Dave.
Give me what I want!
They didn't tell him what was going on.
No, you can't. Everyone was
going
on
crazy.
except Dave Bautista.
So, but that
Hey, let's not David on this one, alright? Yeah, let's just fuck with him for the next 2 months.
But I do feel like they
I'm
had the
picturing
full
right
intention.
before the announcement, he just sent like a really bad email.
Oh yeah. I feel like they had the intention of bringing him back on, especially if they revealed they were going to use James Gunn's script. So I feel like that plan was for them to bring back James Gunn at some point in the future. This is just a very proper, normal way of them just letting the situation diffuse itself, because they know obviously how to make people feel and manipulate people into going to see these movies. So I don't think it's hard for them to manipulate the crowd into calming down after a feud like this. So they're not idiots. They know how to deal with this kind of stuff, and I feel like everyone's now, they're not even talking about his past. They're all happy about this. And it's just I still stand by the fact that I think it's just a well executed play by Disney, and I'm happy because he is a good director, and everything that's happened, it was come to terms with and dealt with in the past. So I mean, I think it's good. He does good work, and he's doing Suicide Squad 2, which I think is awesome. So it'd be cool to see his work back to back and how he delivers. So.
Well, can I ask you then if you thought, because I'm trying to find the report, because I don't know if it was reputable or not, because there was a report today, someone was saying that Disney never intended to hire another director. So Taylor, you could be right, but how do you explain the Suicide Squad 2 kind of road bump? Because you would think that if that was the plan, and maybe that's why I don't even know
Are
if
you
he was in on
thinking
it.
what if that Disney after seeing that?
Well,
back
Dave's like, James, go work for DC and Feige will come pick you
but
up
I'm
again.
saying that's only one thing of people, because I'm trying to find this report, because I think it's from a big a deadline variety of they were never intending to hire anyone else. So my thing is, I would understand if he just went and did a movie, but the fact that he's doing Suicide Squad 2, and I don't even think that there's a Marvel DC rivalry, not like that, but just like a big comic book movie, how does that work in your kind of Illuminati conspiracy theory? And I'm not saying you're necessarily wrong. I'm just saying how did that work? Because that now it delays Guardians. That's a big production, and there's a chance we don't know, because Warner Brothers I'm sure was in this lie. There's a chance they have him signed on for sequels for Suicide Squad, so he could literally direct Suicide Squad 2. Guardians 3, and then Suicide Squad 3.
Honestly, I feel like this is something that at the time, they brought James into the room and they're like, okay, we're gonna let you go, and then at some point we're gonna push the production a year ahead for Guardians 3 because we're gonna put you off for a year.
Yeah.
And that being said, you can go off, you can direct what you need to do, you can do whatever, but this way blow over and things will calm down, and in turn, eventually when we'll announce that we bring you back, they will, the crowd will be just calm down and be more accepting and embracing of it. And I feel like it's just timing out well because it's just a year after, and I feel like Disney or Marvel is okay with the fact that he's doing, Suicide Squad 2 because they understand he's a director. He's gonna go off and do those kinds of things, and he's not gonna make Suicide Squad 2 like a ripoff of Guardians, I'm sure. But I feel like. I don't know, I feel like it's all just one big understanding that the higher-ups like Feige and stuff and James Gunn, they all came into a room, they all just talked about it and came to a final kind of understanding, and this is just the result of it a year later. So, because it's all perfectly timed, and Marvel isn't throwing him under the bus. He is directing.
They did originally though.
They did at the beginning, but he has Suicide Squad 2, and it's not like, oh, you're doing that. Well, you know what? You're gonna do that. You're too busy. We want our movie out by 2020. If they wanted that movie out by 2020, they would have had a director right away.
Yeah.
Marvel wastes no time on these kinds of things, which is again why I feel like they were waiting for this, because that's a long time that went by that they could have got someone in there. So I feel like it's all part of their plan.